Ready? All right, we'll call the meeting to order. It's 3:00. If you want to take a roll, that'd be great. Becky?
I will do that. Tom Wilson, Dean Friel,
Here.
Jack Scrogstead,
Here.
Mike Pearson.
Here.
Thank you.
Angie, did you have something you want to do?
No, absolutely not.
Okay. Just checking. All right, the minutes from the last meeting, we'll approve those unless somebody has some changes or want to discuss it or not. I see no motion, so we'll approve them. Let's do the maintenance department report and updates. Eric?
Okay, so the new courthouse HVAC project seems to be kind of at a struggle bus right now. So had multiple issues that we've been working through. We as in Hartwig / the electricians. So
Is it our equipment that's throwing it at a wrench, or is it just?
it's just the process of installing everything, and it seems like a lot of new components in the equipment as either came not functioning or potentially wired improperly.
My gosh.
Really? Yes. So we've been working through that. Seems like we definitely have a handle on it now.
Supply issues.
Supply issues, it's possible. There has been, I think, 5 motors delivered and 3 of the 5 are working. And these are brand new. So I'd like to.
Your experiences. Stupid microphone. In your experience, like working on projects, does that ever happen before where you think something's intentional like that?
No, not my experience at all. And even Craig, the foreman, this is definitely an odd duck.
And are we getting all these supplies from one company or multiple or what?
That I couldn't answer.
Mhm.
I know they're coming from Hartwig's team,
Uh-huh.
but yeah, I couldn't tell you exactly where they're coming from, but that just seems to be an issue, obviously.
Yeah, it feels like there might be more to that.
Yeah. Well, it's been finding wire breaks from one rooftop unit to another. It's been compressors, it's been a motor, it's been faulty wiring here and there. So
Thank you for bringing that up.
yep. I think definitely looking into an extended warranty or adding on to the warranty would be beneficial.
Jeremy, is there anything in our contract with them about something like that?
Any kind of a base warranty?
I would assume it's
So the units themselves would have a base warranty. Our contract is with Allied partners. So they're the general contractors. They subbed out, Hartwig, Tri-Cities, the other subcontractors that are working on the project. And at the end of the day, I think they would be the ones that have ordered the equipment in collaboration with Hartwig. Now, in that contract, I'd have to look to see if there's anything that warranties the equipment, but the equipment comes with their standard warranties. I think what Eric is referencing is probably trying to see if we could get extended warranties on those from the supplier themselves. It's, the actual company. I'm not sure if there's a contract or warranty within the contract for the equipment. So I'd have to take a look.
Well, if something's obviously intentional, there would be, a warranty wouldn't cover
Right.
type
I
of.
don't think it's an
information.
intentional, anything's intentional here. The, rooftop units, when they were installed, we knew that there were issues with components within the rooftop units from installation. That we didn't know upon delivery until we installed them and tried to get them operational, or they did. But then it's just been working through that process of a new install, new systems, new components throughout that has been a little bit of a struggle, it seems, and Eric could relay more information just in the communication between the subcontractors themselves and the scope within that.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
Sorry, I really wasn't gonna ask a question.
It's a 10-part question and answer, really. There's just a lot going on. So, so the new courtroom is starting to move again. We just had drywall insulation, grid work. Everything was delivered today. All the door frames. So that should be moving quickly. We did alter the floor plan to accommodate 5 benches versus 2. In the original floor plan, there was just a miscalculation, I do believe. And the courtroom just wasn't going to work out. So we shortened the vestibule and we deleted a conference room. Framing is 95% complete. As I said, they're going to be hanging doors and insulation drywall, I'd say, starting possibly tomorrow. HVAC is ready to go. Still need a few subs yet to come in, and we're hoping to have everything turnkey by September 1. But the way things are going, it's possible that it could be delayed a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Nomad Helm, the AV project at the new courthouse, that's moving also. All the core drilling was done in the floors. They're probably roughly 85% done as of now. This was prepared last week. So that's moving. I think they're going to be possibly done by the 15th. Sorry, the 19th. And as far as the actual maintenance department goes, we've just been knocking one thing off at a time. We had a air vent in the 4th floor that sprung a leak that decided to follow from the 4th floor all the way down to the 2nd floor.
And if you were at the old jail, you'd know what that meant.
Right.
Oh, yeah. When a flood happened up in the jail, it weighed us down to the detective's office, right on top of a brand new computer. So.
So that's handled. We're replacing multiple fluorescent light bulbs and swapping them out to LEDs. This isn't on the agenda, but we are looking at a LED swap program from Home Depot actually right now. Basically through the entire new courthouse. So there's been a few faulty light switches replaced. We pulled data cable for the EMA. Outside of that, paper distribution when it comes. Painted the outside ballards, all the yellow ballards.
Angie?
Yeah, I just had a question on the LED swap. I know that a lot of like companies have done that and stuff over time, last probably 10, 15 years. You probably have too. Have you noticed like tangible, like dollar benefits with those?
Yeah, they gave me an energy audit, and just throughout the hallways alone, it was supposedly going to save us roughly like 30 grand.
Wow.
Yeah, I can give
Now,
you-
have you actually seen that like at a company where like in the budget, it's been like an energy budget difference? Like if we use, I don't know who used Dynegy, I think maybe like for our energy.
Mhm.
And in your observance and working in this industry, have you noticed people's bottom line be different?
I would say yes, 100%.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I've swapped out most of the streetlights in the city.
Oh, wow.
And, yeah,
Okay.
there's a major difference between fluorescence or any other type of lamp
Mhm.
versus an LED.
Okay.
Um, it's gonna save us in maintenance time. These bulbs will last roughly
25,000 hours.
10 years-ish, depending on how long they're on.
Mhm. Mhm.
So yeah, I would highly recommend to
You're into
swap
it.
everything out.
Okay.
Yep.
Thanks, Eric.
We have mowing, cross-training Michael on mowing now, so Greg does not have to do that. And all the buildings and lots. Basic filter changing. It looks like we're looking at swapping soap dispensers out from battery to manual. This is also not, actually it is. There's supply issues with the battery operated soap dispensers. We can't get the exact soap container that goes into that. We cut out floor scrubbing from 3 days per week. Sorry, 5 days per week to 3 days. And that's the update on, I think, just in the new courthouse, really. Old courts, the roof was done, I think it was 2 weeks ago, in the elevator motor house or motor room. We are looking to replace the window that's been there for however many years. It's just an old wood single glass pane window and door. South entrance door, we've been having issues with it actually closing all the way. We're looking to see if that is actually a air problem or a closer problem. I think it's a little bit of both.
Much pressure.
That's possible. Also painted out here at the old courthouse outside anyways. Cleaned up outside shrubbery, low limbs, pressure washed the south entrance ceiling, and more paper distribution. Along with daily PMs and mowing. We are looking into the north vestibule where everything's just kind of crumbling from the inside. Like to find a remedy for that. I think in my mind right now, it's sanding everything down and at least keeping it bare. Until we find a solution for exterior water coming in, because that's just what's happening. We approved the VAV replacement for the old courthouse. Still looking on a schedule for that. LEC cross-training with maintenance guys and custodians. Also painted ballards. Looking for bids for seal coating parking lots and striping. Animal control, just minor stuff, cleaning exhaust fans, and we are looking into mounting 3 security cameras. Food pantry, we're trimming trees and mowing. Questions, comments, concerns?
A lot of mowing.
Yep.
It's been a kind of a wet summer. So I guess the grass is starting to grow.
'Tis the
More
season.
The security cameras, notice that. Is there any more talk about the security cameras at the food pantry? No.
Not that I'm aware of.
Not at the moment.
Okay, any other questions?
No, I'm good.
Just things to keep in mind. You know, we have a couple maintenance staff that are on the verge of retirement. So we're going to have to start working through some succession planning and new hires to get them trained up prior to that. So as we work through, I'm working with Eric on his current budget to understand where everything kind of lines up with now, and then moving on into, you know, the FY25 budget and beyond. Trying to really understand what the maintenance department's needs are for, you know, staff levels within cross training, and then within what the department's expectations of growth are going to be on what they do internally. So how much they take on for projects themselves instead of subbing out and having those costs on the county. That's conversations that Committee Chairman Wilson, Eric, and I have been having as well, and kind of what the future of the department might look like. So just keep that in mind as we're, you know, every department has a need for staff. I mean, I think that was a common theme from any department head that had a report today. You know, and the budget is going to be, it's always a nice dance that I think you know, the board and the departments have to work through. But to make sure that we're operating the way we want to, efficiently, to save ourselves dollars, it's just things that we need to keep looking at. So that's internally what we're looking at within the maintenance department. But they've been taking on a lot. So, and then the thoughts of not just GCing our own projects within and not having to hire out as many subs as you're building a more efficient and professional staff that has a higher skill set. You know, that the ROI on that might take a little bit of time to be realized, but it's something that the county will save money on long term, as they're not having to sub out as much for smaller projects per se. So just things to think about from a committee perspective for you guys as we're trying to develop what the future of our departments look like.
Okay, we'll move down to, is there an Allied Facility Partners update?
Yeah, there's a schedule on the backside. So, I mean, that's what I have.
Okay,
If that's what you're looking for.
it's on the sheet, so I'm just reading what's on the sheet.
Yeah, that is the schedule from Allied.
Okay,
So, on their behalf, it looks like everything should be mapped out and done by roughly September 1.
I just had a question about work orders. What system do we use for work orders electronically?
Limble.
What's it called?
Limble, LAMBL.
Limbo. Is that pretty good at like tracking the days in, days out? Like how long?
Yeah, it's, I'm still learning the process on that
Mhm.
program, but yeah, it has a lot more capacity than I am really knowledgeable on yet so far.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of PMs, preventative maintenance stuff that's already logged in daily for the guys.
Mhm.
So we're getting pretty bogged down just on PMs.
Mm.
And then, you know, now that I have gone through and sent emails out to all the staff or department heads that I'm live with Limble, I've been getting hit pretty hard with work requests. So it's a good
I
program.
know you're in there.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so it does track, like when a work order comes in, it'll track how long it's in the system, or what the date, since the date's been submitted, or when, let's say Eric assigns that work order to a couple of the maintenance crew. It'll show know, that it's assigned. When it's completed, he'll get, there's good notification systems back and forth that also go to the person that submitted the work order to. So they get notifications on their end that, hey, that this has been assigned. This is the date that it's, they project that it's going to be worked on. It's a system that I think Tom, Chairman Wilson, Committee Chairman Wilson, and our old facilities and maintenance director had picked out and put together. Yeah. So it is a pretty extensive system. And there is, they had built out, as Eric said, that preventative maintenance side that is all automated. And I think that some of that needs to be cleaned up as well. But she's, finding out and then making sure that they're staying on top of the work requests, which come in multiple times a day, I'd have to imagine. Could run a whole construction crew, couldn't you? Yep.
All right, I guess we'll move to new business. We're going to put off the lawn care discussion until next month, according to Tom. So, did you have anything you wanted to report, Eric? No. Okay.
I think
Sorry.
I think I hit it.
Yep. Okay.
There's
All
other
right.
stuff out there.
I'm sorry.
There's other stuff out there, but trying to beat the 6 minutes from last time.
Not today.
Yeah.
So that being the case, unless anybody else has anything else, I'll ask for an order to adjourn. Jack Scrogstad and Mike. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?